Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Real Life English Conversations, your cozy place to learn real English through everyday conversation. I'm Emma.
And I'm Mark. We're really glad you're here with us right now.
Whether you're making your morning coffee, sitting on a bus, or maybe still lying in bed.
You are in exactly the right place.
And if you are still in bed, that's okay. We understand. Today's topic is actually perfect for you.
Because today, Emma and I are going to talk about something that many people feel, but don't always say out loud.
That feeling of waking up and just not wanting to start.
That lazy feeling, that heavy feeling, that 5 more minutes feeling.
Today's topic is morning routine to stop feeling lazy. And we want to be honest with you. This is not about becoming a different person overnight.
It's about small, real changes. Changes that fit inside your real life. Not a perfect life, your actual life.
So take a breath, get comfortable, and let's talk.
Before we go into today's topic, we want to share something about how we do things here on Real Life English Conversations.
Yes, because we want this to be the most useful podcast for your English, and that means being intentional about how we speak.
So, here's our approach. We speak in B1 English. That means clear, simple sentences. Not too fast, not too complicated. You should feel relaxed and safe while you listen.
But at the same time, in every episode, we gently add a few B2 words and phrases, stronger vocabulary, natural idioms, real expressions.
And when we use one of those stronger words, we stop. We explain it. We give you a real example so you don't feel lost. You feel like you're gently stretching.
Think of it like this. You're running, but we're running with you. Not too slow that you get bored, not too fast that you fall behind. Just right.
And at the end of every episode, Emma will take you through a vocabulary section. She'll go through the important words from today, slowly, clearly, with examples, and you can practice repeating them.
So stay with us until the end. That part is really valuable.
Now, we also have a small challenge for you. While you listen today, notice one word or phrase that feels new or useful.
Just one. It doesn't have to be the hardest word. It can be any word that feels right for you.
Then, at the end, ask yourself, what did I learn from today that I can actually use?
Then try to make one sentence with it. Say it out loud or write it down. That one sentence, that small action, is how real learning happens.
Okay, now let's talk about mornings and laziness and how to actually change.
Mark, can I share a story?
Of course.
I want to tell you about someone, let's call him Daniel. He's a listener who sent us a message, and his story felt so familiar. I think many of you will recognize it.
Tell us about Daniel.
Daniel works long hours. He comes home tired. Every evening, he promises himself, tomorrow morning I will wake up early. I will exercise. I will study English. I will have a good breakfast. Tomorrow will be different.
And then the morning comes.
And then the morning comes. The alarm rings and Daniel's hand moves to the phone before his eyes are even fully open.
That movement, reaching for the phone, it's almost automatic, like the body does it without asking the brain.
Exactly. And then social media, news, messages, and suddenly 30 minutes are gone. And Daniel's late, and he rushes out the door with no breakfast, feeling already behind before the day has even started.
That feeling of already being behind, that is exhausting. And it happens before 8 a.m.
And then the guilt comes. I said I would wake up early. I said I would be better. Why can't I do this? And that guilt follows him to work, and in the evening, tired again, he makes the same promise.
It becomes a loop, a cycle that feels impossible to break.
But here's the thing about Daniel. He wasn't lazy. Not really.
He wasn't lazy.
No, he was stuck. He had no structure for his morning. He had good intentions, but no small, realistic plan. And without a plan, our brains always choose the easiest thing, which is usually the phone.
So the problem wasn't Daniel. The problem was the morning had no direction, no gentle anchor.
Exactly. And that word, anchor, I love that. An anchor is something that holds a ship in place. Without an anchor, the ship just drifts.
Without a morning anchor, we drift into the phone, into worry, into the lazy feeling.
And Daniel found his anchor. Not a big dramatic change, just a few small things, done in a specific order, every morning. And slowly, the mornings started to feel different.
We're going to share those small things today, but first, let's understand why mornings are so powerful in the first place. So why morning? Why not evening? Why not lunchtime?
I always think of the morning as the first chapter of a book. If the first chapter is chaotic and rushed, you carry that feeling into chapter 2 and chapter 3.
But if the first chapter is calm and purposeful, the rest of the book feels more manageable.
And there's something real happening in our brains in the morning. Your mind is fresh. It hasn't been filled yet with the noise of the day, the emails, the problems, the decisions.
It's like a clean glass. In the morning, that glass is empty. Whatever you pour in first, that sets the flavor for the whole day.
If you pour in stress, social media arguments, bad news, a rushed commute, your day has that flavor.
But if you pour in something calm and intentional, a short routine, a quiet moment, a little English, your day has that flavor instead.
And here's something that surprised me when I first heard it. The lazy feeling, that heavy, don't want to start feeling, it often comes from a lack of movement, not physical laziness.
What do you mean?
I mean, when we don't have a morning routine, our brains don't get a signal that the day has started. We're awake, but we haven't told ourselves, okay, we're moving now. The day has begun.
So the brain stays in sleep mode, even if the body is technically awake.
Yes, and a small routine, even 5 minutes, sends a signal. It says, we're starting, we're moving, the day has begun.
Like pressing the start button on a machine. The machine was on, but nothing was happening, and one small press changes everything.
That's exactly it. And you don't have to press many buttons. Just one small action that says, today, I choose to move forward.
Now, maybe a voice in your head is saying, this sounds nice, but I am genuinely a lazy person. This is just who I am.
I used to think the same thing about myself. I am not a morning person. I cannot change. This is just me.
But here's what I've learned. Laziness is rarely about character. It's almost always about environment.
Say more about that.
If your phone is the first thing your hand touches every morning, your environment made that decision for you, not your character, your environment.
So if you want different behavior, you change the environment, not yourself.
Exactly. Put your phone on the other side of the room, put a glass of water next to your bed, put your notebook on the table where you eat. These small changes, they change your morning before it even starts.
And maybe another voice says, but I don't have time in the morning. I wake up late. I'm always rushing.
And we hear you. We really do. Many of you have children, long commutes, night shifts. Life is genuinely busy.
But sometimes I don't have time really means my time is already full of habits I never chose, habits that happened automatically, not habits I decided on.
Maybe you can't wake up 1 hour earlier. That might not be realistic right now. But maybe you can change 15 minutes.
Same coffee, different thing you listen to while you make it. Same train, different choice on that train. Same morning, different direction.
When something matters to us, really matters, we usually find the time. We do it for things we love, a favorite show, a conversation with a friend, a few extra minutes of sleep.
We can do it for our English, too, for our future, because your English and your morning are part of who you are becoming. Okay, so let's talk about what a real morning routine looks like. Not a perfect routine, not an Instagram routine, a real one.
We think of it like a simple meal, 4 parts, small portions, but together they give you energy for the whole day.
Part 1. Move your body. Even a little.
This is the first signal, the message to your brain that says, we are awake, we are starting. After you turn off your alarm, don't lie back down. Sit up, stretch your arms, stand.
Walk to the window. Open it. Feel the air. Maybe do 10 slow stretches. Maybe walk to the kitchen and back.
It doesn't have to be exercise. It just has to be movement. Movement breaks the sleep state. It tells your body, we are not sleeping anymore. We have a direction now.
You can say, I wake up, I sit up, I stretch. Simple. But that small action changes the next 30 minutes.
Part 2, one slow moment. No phone.
This is the hardest one for many people because the phone feels like connection, like information, like comfort.
But the phone in the morning is often the beginning of a reactive day. You open it and immediately you are responding to other people's lives, their messages, their news, their opinions.
Instead, before the phone, take 5 minutes for yourself. Make your coffee or tea. Sit with it. Look out the window. Breathe.
Just be present, without information, without comparison. Just you and the quiet morning.
This is what we mean when we say mindful, not meditating in a special room, just being awake inside for 5 minutes, noticing, breathing, being here.
Part 3, listen in English.
This is where you and your English connect. After your quiet moment, while you're getting ready, while you're eating, while you're commuting, put on an English podcast.
In the morning, your brain is fresh. It hasn't been filled with noise yet. This is the best time to give it something useful.
And the beautiful thing is, you don't have to stop what you're doing. You can brush your teeth and listen. You can make breakfast and listen. You can walk to the bus and listen.
Same life, English running quietly in the background. That's how small habits build big change.
Part 4. One sentence in English.
After you've listened, just one sentence. Think of one thing about your morning and say it in English, out loud or in your head.
I woke up at 7. My coffee is warm. Today I have a meeting at 3. Simple sentences, real sentences, your sentences.
When you say your own life in English, something shifts. English stops being something you study and starts being something you live.
That is the goal. Not perfect English, living English. Your daily life, in your own words, in this beautiful language you are building.
Mark, I want to say something to anyone listening who feels like they've tried before and failed, and tried again and still feel stuck.
Please say it.
You are not failing because you are weak. You are struggling because you are trying to change something with only willpower. And willpower alone, it runs out. It always does.
Willpower is like phone battery. You wake up at 100%. Every decision you make through the day uses a little bit. By evening, 5%. And you wonder why you can't study English at night.
That's why morning is so important. Not because morning people are better, but because morning is when your battery is full.
And here's the truth about laziness. The lazy feeling is almost never permanent. It's a signal. It's your body saying, I don't know where to start. Give me a direction.
So give yourself a direction. Not a big, complicated direction. A small, kind one. I will sit up when my alarm rings. I will make my tea. I will listen to 5 minutes of English. That's it.
And if you miss a day, that's okay. One missed day is not failure. One missed day is Tuesday.
One missed day is Tuesday. I love that.
The people who improve their English and their lives are not the ones who are perfect. They are the ones who come back after the bad day, after the lazy week. They just quietly come back.
Like water. Water doesn't stop when it meets a rock. It finds another way, slowly, quietly, and over time, water shapes the rock.
You don't have to be strong every morning. You just have to keep returning, little by little, morning by morning.
And your English is not just a skill you're building. It's a door a door to conversations you haven't had yet, to opportunities you can't quite see yet, to a version of yourself who moves through the world with more confidence.
And that door, you're building it. One morning at a time, one small habit at a time, one word at a time.
We're really grateful you spent this morning with us, and we want to stay with you in your kitchen, on your commute, in those quiet moments before the world gets loud.
That's what real-life English conversations is. A companion for your morning, and your English, and your growth.
Okay, now let's move to the vocabulary section. I'll take you through some of the most important words and phrases from today, slowly, clearly, with examples you can really use. Ready? Let's go. Routine, meaning a set of things you do regularly, in the same order, at the same time. A routine is a pattern. It's predictable. It makes life feel more organized. Example, her morning routine takes 30 minutes. She wakes up, stretches, makes tea, and reads for a few minutes. Use it. My morning routine helps me feel calm before a busy day. Say it with me. Routine. Routine. Intentional, meaning when you do something on purpose, not by accident, not automatically, you choose. You decide. That's intentional. Example, he was intentional about his morning. Instead of reaching for his phone, he opened a window and breathed fresh air. Use it. I want to be more intentional about how I start my day. Say it with me. Intentional. Intentional. Anchor, meaning an anchor is something that keeps a ship in one place so it doesn't drift away. In life, an anchor is a habit or a person that keeps you stable, that gives your day a clear starting point. Example, for her, making tea was her anchor. It was the first thing she did, every single day, no matter what. Use it. I need to find a morning anchor that works for my life. Say it with me. Anchor, anchor, anchor. Drift, meaning to move slowly without direction, carried by the wind or the water, with no plan. In life, to drift means to let time pass without choosing what to do with it. Example, without a routine, he would just drift through the morning. Phone, TV, suddenly it's 10 a.m. and nothing was done. Use it. I don't want to drift through my mornings anymore. I want to make a choice. Say it with me. Drift, drift, drift. Reactive, meaning when you are reactive, you are responding to what other people do or say instead of choosing your own direction. Reactive is the opposite of intentional. Example, starting the morning with social media makes you reactive. You see someone's opinion and immediately feel something, positive or negative. Use it. I realized my mornings were reactive, not intentional. I was living other people's lives before I started living my own. Say it with me. Reactive, reactive. Present, meaning when you are present, your mind is here, in this moment, not in the past, worrying about yesterday, not in the future, worried about tomorrow. Here, now. Example, she sat with her coffee by the window and tried to be present, noticing the light, the warmth of the cup, the sound of the street. Use it. 5 minutes of being present in the morning changes how the whole day feels. Say it with me. Present, present. Present. Consistent, meaning you do something again and again, regularly, even when it's small, not perfect, not huge, just regular. Example, he wasn't always motivated, but he was consistent. Even on hard days, he did his small English routine, and over 6 months, his speaking improved enormously. Use it. I'm not perfect, but I'm consistent, and that's more powerful than perfect. Say it with me. Consistent, consistent, consistent. Willpower, meaning it's the mental strength to do what you decided, even when you don't feel like it. It's like a muscle. It gets tired. It needs rest. Example, Relying only on willpower is hard because willpower runs out. That's why building a routine matters more than having strong willpower. Use it. I used to think I needed more willpower, but what I really needed was a better routine. Say it with me. Willpower. 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 Overwhelmed, meaning when there is too much, too many things, too many feelings, too many decisions, your mind feels full and heavy, like a bag that is too heavy to carry. Example, she felt overwhelmed every morning because her to-do list was enormous and she didn't know where to start. A small routine gave her a gentle starting point.
Say it with me. Overwhelmed. 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 Little by little, meaning this phrase means slowly, step by step, gradually, not all at once. It's the pace of real change, not dramatic, not overnight, but real. Example, he didn't become fluent in 1 month, but little by little, one morning, one podcast, one sentence at a time, his English became natural. Use it. Little by little, I am building the morning routine and the English that I want. Say it with me. Little by little. Little by little. Little by little. Small steps add up. Meaning, this phrase means small actions repeated many times become something big. One small step looks like nothing, but 30 small steps, 100 small steps, they add up to real progress. Example, 5 minutes of English listening every morning seems small, but 5 minutes, 365 days, that's more than 30 hours of English in 1 year. Use it. Small steps add up. My 10 minutes every morning are changing my English. Say it with me. Small steps add up. Small steps add up. Small steps add up. A fresh start. Meaning, a fresh start is a new beginning, like a clean page in a notebook. Even if yesterday was hard, messy, or lazy, today gives you another chance. Example, she missed her routine for a whole week. On Monday, instead of feeling guilty, she said, "Okay, fresh start," and she began again. Use it. Every morning is a fresh start. I don't have to carry yesterday into today. Say it with me. A fresh start. A fresh start. A fresh start. Those are 12 words and phrases from today. Now I want you to choose one, just one, that feels right for your life, and make one sentence with it. It doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to be yours. You can say it quietly to yourself, or write it, or, if you're feeling brave, write it in the comments. We will read it, we promise. I'll be back with Mark for our final words.
Welcome back. Emma, that vocabulary section was wonderful. Thank you.
I love that part. I hope it was helpful.
To everyone listening, you just spent over 20 minutes with us in English. That is not a small thing. That is real English practice inside a real day.
Here is your challenge for today. Tomorrow morning, try one thing. Just one. Wake up and don't touch your phone for 5 minutes. Or listen to English while you make your breakfast. Or say one sentence in English to yourself.
One thing. That's all. And then see how it feels.
And if you want more support, our free study guide is in the description. It has questions, exercises, and vocabulary practice from today's episode.
If this episode helped you, please like it, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs a better morning.
From Emma
And Mark.
See you tomorrow on Real Life English Conversations.
Take care and have a beautiful morning.